I stopped to get you fools modelos. Let me just let you know. Mom and pop place, supporting small businesses.
Yeah.
12-pack. What do you think a 12-pack of bottles cost me at a mom and pop place?
At a mom and pop, $20.
$12.99.
$20, Davie Dave?
Yeah.
Up. Go up for me.
$24.99. $24.99. Yeah.
Wow, for a 12-packer?
12-packer. You know what, though? I'm glad I support. Normally, I go to Ralph's. It's convenient. They're about $12 there.
Yeah, it's $15.99.
Wait a minute. $15.99 for... So you paid $10 more in a mom and pop place?
Yeah. But I was already in. I was
Good
already
for you.
put my
Apparently
mask
they're
on.
paying you well. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Pay me
welcome to Let's Get Into It. We're getting into it about modelos.
What's up?
It's delicious, by the way. Thank you, Tuddy.
We have to have something cold to drink while we're out here.
Absolutely. Roberts, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Coming to you from this is where
The
you're
Made in Mexico set. Yeah, dude, it's absolutely beautiful today. It's been lovely.
Perfect.
It's a good day to talk about movies and about what's going on. So, one thing I noticed is I've been watching a lot of films lately. When COVID started, wasn't my thing really. I was trying to binge watch stuff. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. But lately, I've been into older films. I got into like Gene Hackman for some reason. Like I went back to thinking about how great he was and what an amazing actor he was. And I went back and I watched Hoosiers.
That's a great one.
Yeah, which he's amazing in, right?
That inspired me as a kid, by the way.
Well, that's what movies are all about. That's why we make them, right?
Well, let me tell you something. Davie Dave, you're about what, 6'2"?
Yes.
Okay, I'm 5'7". I can't get inspired by Hoosiers. But
dude, there's a small dude. There's a small dude in Hoosiers. Hoosiers is like
That's right.
the basketball version of
Rudy.
Yeah. So there's a little dude in there, but Hackman, he gets in there. He's great. He's amazing. And then after that, I said, next night I'm going to watch Mississippi Burning, which was interesting because I don't know. Sometimes you watch
it's a true story, right?
Yeah.
Based on a true story?
Yeah.
What's it about?
Loosely based. It's about 3 activists, 2 white, 1 black, and their kids.
Oh, right.
College kids. And they get arrested. Yeah. And because the 2 college kids that are white are with a black kid, they release the police releases them, but they tell the KKK about it before they release them. And as they're releasing them, KKK comes up and pretty much kills all 3 of them.
I'm familiar with stuff like that.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I found it, again, Hackman and Dafoe. I mean, everyone in that movie is amazing.
Middleton worked on that movie, right?
You know what? I think he did.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Joseph Middleton was an assistant on that.
Yeah.
That explains a lot because that's an amazingly well-cast movie from soup to nuts. You're talking about like Francis McDormand at a young age and all those dudes. I mean, I can't name them all because there were some guys I was like, oh, I know that guy. That guy's amazing. And you're also watching something that likely can't be made today. I don't know if it can be made today. Now documentaries are taking the place of like a Mississippi Burning.
Yeah.
Because they're using the N-word left and right.
Yeah.
They're, it's a racist movie, and it's definitely white against black. It's a complicated subject, and we're sort of in it all over again today.
Yeah. It's never stopped.
It reminded me that it never stops, and that there's always a new version of racism and a new version of white against brown and white against black.
Do you think, though, as filmmakers, you're right, Roberts, because it's all docs now. Like, hey, we could be as honest and truthful because it's a doc. But as, like, storytelling and making live actions, I mean, there are racist people. And if you have them in your movie and you're trying to, like, get a point across, why could we not make that movie today?
I think if you make a movie like
that's another Latino word when you're educated.
Basically.
Basically? No, if you make a movie like that today, I think you look at it as preachy.
Yeah.
You're looking at it as
a true story, though.
Picking a side. Well,
I don't remember the movie. It's
amazing. You got to go watch it.
I'm just saying, why tie our hands? Why not make the best movie you could make and make it as honest and real as you can?
It's just hard, dude, because even watching it was hard. Watching people burning crosses, watching people going into, someone's house and pulling you out of bed and beating you and then lynching you. So,
I think as a filmmaker, we have an obligation to make those stories, be as woke as possible. Don't hide it. Don't be like, show that shit because it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
For independence? Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? If we say it's all sunshines and rainbows and, sir, can you come outside? We're going to take... No, show the truth. Show Show people breaking into your house and doing that.
Yeah, I mean, there's great. Yeah, and there's great.
I guess it depends on the type of movies you make, the type of filmmaker you are. But that's an honest, truthful movie that's based on a true story.
Look, Boys in the
Why
Hood.
cover it,
Boys in the Hood did it. Boys in the Hood told you the story from the inside out. I mean, that was about blacks and
Blood in, blood out,
minorities killing
Meatloaf.
each other.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So I think there are great filmmakers out there speaking about their truths. And then you get films like 13th that tell you the 13th Amendment story. And then once you get so educated about this stuff, I think it's hard to tell a very specific story, because now we are, there's documentaries like I Am Not Your Negro. There's documentaries like 13th. There's all these great documentaries, even Ali. Will tell you about civil rights and about what happened. So now we all are very aware of what's going on, and I don't know if a movie like Mississippi. I mean, it was so impressive that I'm sure it would be as impressive made today. And Hackman and Defoe kill it. So I don't know. I've been into that. I've been into watching great performances, great directors, stories that just you don't see these days anymore. I mean, dude, it's a lot about families today. I don't even know that your boy did us a service by doing that mobster movie on Netflix. What's it called? The Irishman. I don't know that hit hard enough. Like it was a little soft.
Yeah. I read that book. I Heard You Paint Houses. I read it like years ago, and the book was a lot more hard hitting. Like Frank Sheeran, the main guy, he was a ruthless dude. You know what I mean? It was kind of like Klinsky, the Iceman. He had his kids and his family, but when he was putting in work, he was ruthless, dude. Scorsese doesn't really. He kind of sticks to Goodfellas is a good example.
Goodfellas hard.
It's hard, and it's more comical than fuck. They cuss, and he says. Well,
it's wish fulfillment, right? If you're Italian, you're thinking, yeah, that's what we're like.
Yeah, but not all Italians are like that. But no, you're right. Like it was.
Appreciate it.
Irishman was a little soft. It, could have been a little more.
But safe. I think it's true. I think movies like Mississippi Burning did not shy away from the subject matter, and it was across the board. I love characters like Hackman, where that. Well, I love characters like Hackman because they're not afraid of the evils of the world that we're all sort of afraid of a little bit. Like he didn't care. He would walk into the private club where all these Ku Klux Klan guys are at, and sit there and have a beer, knowing that they all want to kill him. He sits there anyway and tells them a story, and they're just, they're so mad. They're like, you know what, get your one. They're letting him have it, but he ain't afraid.
Yeah.
And those characters are heroic and exciting and inspiring. And you do finish watching that movie and you think about it, but you also think there's great people and there's great courage. In people in this world, and you hope that you could be someone like that. Anyway, I didn't mean to get all deep on us, but
no, but it's true though. I read a quote, Tupac, who was like a black activist. He said, "Us against them." It's not meaning black against white. It's good against evil. Him being good, evil being the racist. There's racism in every race, dude. White, black, Mexican. It's bad and good. Depends on what side are you on.
So. It's an interesting subject because it just makes you look at yourself a little bit differently. And then, we've simplified it to like white, black, white, Mexican, Latino, whatever. But really it's a canopy, talking about that is really about talking about things that you just don't like. And
my first racism was against more like Mexicans.
Right, we're very racist against each other
because I was considered. Well, they didn't accept me, because I was pocho. I didn't speak Spanish, so
that's racist.
My first thing was like, why don't you guys want to be my friend? Oh, cause you're white. You're
white.
I'm like, no, my mom's black. Like, what, you don't speak Spanish? Well, they didn't teach me.
Yeah.
So that was my first thing. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the conversation. I think we've had this early on in one of the first shows. We had this conversation, but people ask me, why'd you change your name to Roberts? What's the story with Roberts? Like, Cid de Montes is such a great name. You could have kept it, and it's a banging name.
Yeah.
The thing is that my parents are immigrants. I was born here, and changing my name regardless of why I did it, is part of my journey.
Yeah.
As an American, as a Mexican American, in a lot of ways, whatever I was thinking when I did it was not likely the smartest reason, but it was something I decided to do, and it's part of my journey as a Mexican American, and I've accepted that. Instead of going like, why don't you change it back? Why don't you, part of my identity was that I felt it necessary to change my name for whatever reason it was. And I forgot, like when I changed it at 19, that's not me anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you look at a 19-year-old kid, that's me who changed my name. I'm a 54-year-old dude that can't relate to when I changed my name. So it just becomes something that I've built my identity around it, but like the reasons and all that stuff doesn't make any difference anymore.
Yeah.
Living the American dream there, Robert.
Yeah, but a lot of immigrants, though, they change their name when they get here.
No, that's true.
That's a lot of them because they get here.
Hey, Engelbert Humperdinck changed his name.
What?
Who's that?
I mean, I know who he is, but why would you change your name to Engelbert Humperdinck?
I don't know if I was a singer.
What was his real name?
I don't know.
Damn, nobody could pronounce it.
I'll mention it.
That was a pedo. Robert, listen. When you quit filmmaking,
first of all, my name's Roberts and not Robert.
Robert.
I get a lot of Robert.
Yeah. When you finish, you could be like a pitch guy for movies because every time you pitch a movie, I want to watch it. 13th, although I haven't watched it.
Oh,
I left here,
amazing.
put it in my phone, and I watched it. Now, Mississippi Burning.
That's a great one. I love that one.
It's a great movie.
When Made in Mexico comes out, I want you to talk about it.
Okay.
I really do.
It's going to be one of those classics.
It'll be a classic where you explain why it is that you love it.
Ironically, there's a scene in there that got cut, and it might get added in, where my character, his name's Pepe Aguilar, but he goes by Joe. One of the guys asked him, dude, why don't you go by that name anymore? He said, because, when my mom, back in the 70s when I was born, she didn't want me to be, there was a battle between my mom and my dad wanted me being how my name would go, Pepe Aguilar, but my mom wanted to be Americanized, so they didn't teach me how to speak Spanish. I don't really feel a part of that culture. And that's kind of like, that was me. I was named Rodney Rinks, My mom's last name is Ramirez. Like, I didn't...
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Ramirez Gonzalez. So I would have been, today it would have been a different story. I'd probably been Alejandro Gonzalez Ramirez.
Dude, that's a banging name. Go back.
Go back.
I'll go back if you go back to Marco Antonio Gil de Montes.
My kids want to go back to Gil de Montes. I said, you may.
Well, that's part of the journey. Like you said, that's a good point. It's all the journey.
If my kids decided to change to Gil de Montes, I would support it. And I would support it because it's part of what they're feeling inside at that moment, and you just feel it.
Nothing more than feelings. I get text messages from this dick every once in a while out of the blue. Feelings. I was like, why? Why? It's 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night. What are you doing? You're sitting home talking shit, I know.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about rustling feathers. What's a movie or TV show or something you've watched lately?
So the ones I've been watching... of course, I love Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yeah.
Classics.
Yeah.
Those ones get me every time. Those are my favorite ones. 2 other movies I've watched with Marissa Tomei in them is The Wrestler and then also Lincoln Lawyer. I watched
Lincoln Lawyer, that was good too.
It was good.
Davie Dave, you would like, there's an account about, it's called Film Locations. This dude goes around to locations and takes a photo. Like he'll split the screen, and it's one shot of like a steal from the movie, and then he'll stand in that same location. He does a lot of Back to the Future, dude.
Back to the Future's got a lot of cool locations.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oxnard, they were all over the place.
Yeah.
Places you would never think about,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that about LA centric movies. Hey guys, so we've been talking about Pink Dot a lot.
Yeah,
Pink Dot, big fan of Pink Dot.
Right.
They're here local. I think
right up the street.
Yeah, they deliver all over. So I just ordered some Casa Mexico tequila from Pink Dot.
Damn, we're gonna go that route already?
Well, I'm just gonna see if I needed some anyway, but I thought I'd order it when I was sitting down. I ordered it,
and it was fast.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Are we gonna bust open a bottle?
Do you think they'll deliver it before the show's over? That's the real question.
No, I'm long-winded,
let's see.
dude. You know how I am. We might be here for like 5 hours.
Yeah. I'll cut it all out.
I know. What a
dick. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And did you watch all 3 of them during COVID?
I watched I watched number 2 is my favorite one. Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Watch those, and then also Lincoln Lawyer, The Wrestler.
That's
watch
awesome.
those.
Yeah.
The other show that I watched through was Upload. It's on
Oh, yeah,
Prime.
my wife's watching that. Yeah.
It's a real if you don't want to have to think about anything and
Get
just
in there.
you just watch it, you can watch it in one sitting. I think they got 8 or 9 episodes up, but it's not too cheesy.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. The writing's cool. The premise is pretty cool. It's got some good effects. It's nice. It's a cool one.
Have you guys watched Black Mirror? I didn't watch it, but have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Everybody's
Black
saying
Mirror.
that this is what's happening right now is like an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, even the writer said that he's going to take a break from writing any new
Really?
episodes because he doesn't
Like
want to foretell anything.
Exactly, like The Simpsons. Their asses
Yeah.
are like foreshadowing everything.
Yeah, but Black
crazy.
Mirror is a very interesting show.
Yeah,
Very
I watched
interesting
I think one where it was all about likes. Like it was,
Yeah,
like,
it's based on a social credit score.
yeah, based on exactly, and it was Ron Howard's daughter, Bryce
You're right.
Howard.
Yep.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
love
watch
her.
it.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
her.
it's kind of like a Robert. You would dig it. It's kind of like a modern day Twilight Zone, right?
It is.
I want to check it out.
Check it out.
I want to check it out.
Basically, you should check it out. COVID.
You need to step away.
On the show we're talking a lot about race and names and all that. There's a show called Black AF on Netflix. Have you guys seen it?
Oh, I heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started to watch it. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it.
I was going to say.
I disliked it a lot.
Yeah.
And my wife was really loving it, right? Black AF is created by Kenya Barris, who also created Blackish, right? And wrote and exec produced. They got into blows, so he went and created Black AF. But
And AF stands for
As fuck.
As fuck. Okay.
So it's interesting because it reminds me of the Larry David show that's called Curb Your Enthusiasm, where
Oh,
you're
really?
super uncomfortable about
Okay.
what he's doing. Like, I've gotten used to it now, but when it started, I couldn't be in the same room sometimes if he was doing something crazy.
Really?
But this dude, Kenya, has created a show about a super duper. He's playing himself.
Yeah.
He's a super duper wealthy, successful writer, showrunner, knows everybody. Then he's got his wife, who's played by Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, so they get into it, but he's really harsh. He's really specific about showing racism on the show and calling it out. He's really specific about how he treats his kids. He calls his kids bitches, and he'll say, "What the fuck?"
So that's going back to our conversation about Mississippi Burning. Then,
Yeah.
like it's honest.
It's honest about who he is and about potentially how he thinks a family like this is, and it's super uncomfortable at first. And then you start to realize that he's training us, to see something new. We're being trained to watch something different. And again, I watched it and I was uncomfortable. And then eventually I sort of got into it. I started to like his character. He has this one scene where he's meeting with Tyler Perry. And he brings his daughter, and
Is
before
Tyler Perry in it?
yeah,
Oh,
and
nice.
Tyler Perry shows up,
Yeah.
and they're going to have a meeting, and Kenya's daughter's there in the scene, and he has an argument with her in front of Tyler, and
Smacks
he's
her.
like, "Hey man, what the fuck? Like, you're being a bitch, like treating his kid like you would never ever see anyone
Yeah.
treat their kid."
Yeah.
And Tyler Perry looks over it. I'm like, dude, what?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, well, she is being a bitch, Tyler. Right.
Yeah.
So it's just a funny, different look at a family. And what I find even more fascinating about it, which I think we can learn from as Latinos in television and film, is that what I learned from it is that they're not telling a story of the average black family. In fact, Homeboy is probably the 1% of the 1%.
Right.
Because he's that rich.
Yeah.
They're flying. They plan a vacation and they're on a private jet, like you've never seen, like a private jet like you've never seen before. Incredible.
Global Express.
Yes. Yes. Amazing.
Yeah.
And they're spending, I don't even know how much. I couldn't imagine, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But he's up there. So I doubt that he's making the show specifically for the black community. I think what he's trying to show is wish fulfillment. He's trying to show that you could do it, anyone can do it, and you can also be yourself, and you can also have the issues that you have as a minority, even if you're super rich, even if you're super successful.
Yeah.
So I think it's an interesting time for TV, for film, for people. It's odd that we're going through all of this weird stuff currently, like today.
Yeah.
But
race riots. All kinds of
it's
shit
showing.
out there.
I mean, it's showing itself in really weird ways. But I like the boldness of Netflix and Amazon. And I like what they're allowing you to do as a creative person, Like, we got to get out of the box. Yeah. High concept is one thing, but really thinking about doing something where you have the confidence in your story to tell someone a story that they may not know, but still relate to.
Yeah.
It's like this dude, Kenya, is teaching me how to watch black television and a black family in a new way. And I'm totally down. Like I'm down now. I want to see the second season. I'm down. I'm down for this new version of the Cosby Family, which is no longer like a version of a white family. And now you've got Kenya out there, like wickedly telling his story from a point of view that's specifically him. Yeah. Whether or not that's him or not, people are learning a new way. So I dig that. I'm all over that.
That's cool. That's good because it's honest then, at least. You know what I mean? It's like going back to Mississippi Burning. Like, that films should be made like that. We shouldn't have our hands tied. We should be able to make the films that we want to make as long as it's within board. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Mississippi Burning is based on a true story. So you got to show the truth. So it's kind of like Larry. It's like Curb. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And it's terrific. There's something really cool about being shown something that's very unique and different and then and liking it, and then you turn around and you're like, I love this, I totally get why he's doing this. So enough about that, but if you want to check it out. And by the way, I'm sure a lot of people disagree with me. I'm sure a lot of people are like, it's not that great, but I learned to understand and to appreciate what that was all about.
Again, another show now, Davie Dave, that he pitched. And I'm going to watch.
There you go.
Because Roberts is a pitcher.
He is.
I'm going to call you Rich Goose Gossage. The reliever. I'm bring you in.
Sidewinding.
Man, remember that?
Yeah.
The
That was
closer.
Raleigh Fingers, the
Raleigh
closer.
Fingers.
Nolan Ryan over here.
Hey, so I want to get into... I think this was really cool to talk about for people that are listening. We're doing Feliz Navidad, and I think this will be interesting for the people listening. So the script is a really fun Christmas movie, but throughout the script that Peter Murrieta wrote and Eliza Murrieta wrote, there is a vocal group. It's kind of like pentatonics. So there's two of them, actually. So, we're rushing to get the movie made. We're casting. We're doing all this stuff. But there's a lot of questions about logistics because vocal groups that are 5 have, like this, have beatboxer, and they have awesome singers. And one of the groups is the New England Patriots of vocal groups, right? So they're like cocky, they're terrific, right? So not only do you have music in the movie, but you have now world-class pentatonics-like vocal group, and then you have another vocal group who's the underdog, who's like pentatonics as well, who has to beat out the super successful, cocky vocal group, right? So when I started to figure out how we're going to do this, we started to realize, well, there's no way you could just hire kids or cast kids to be this superb vocal group, right? Yeah. So just to give you an idea of what we decided to do, we decided to cast kids to lip sync. So we went out and found a vocal group that kicks ass, and we record them doing the songs, and then the cast that we put into it that doesn't have to sing, they just have to look great and lip sync the song, are now going to perform the songs as if they're singing it. So you got a guy doing the beatbox, but he's not really, so now you just have to pretend to do the beatbox, right? So that's how that is going to happen. So we're going to pre-record it, we're going to play it back, they're going to perform it, and that's the easiest and most inexpensive way to make this work.
But isn't that how all movies are made? Because I remember when I was going to do this one film, and I actually went and took vocal lessons because I was going to play the lead. No,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
I laughed out loud. But the person I was talking to was saying, no, it's all done in post because of the ambience. Like, no one sings in a movie.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Like, they'll sing, but they don't use that. They have to go and record that in a studio, and then because you have the ambient sound, you
Not
have
always.
so many.
Not always. It depends. Sometimes they perform it there with the mic that they're being recorded on. It just depends.
I guess if it's a live performance, well, I guess it's all live performance.
Paulina Chavez is going to be Noelle in our movie. She sings in the movie, so we're going to record her live.
Great singer.
Yeah, we're going to record her live, but we'll probably play her back too. So there's lots of decisions that need to be made prior to getting your music set up. But if you're thinking about doing a movie that has singing in it or performing, I'm lucky. I don't have a band. Sometimes there's bands playing. This is all a cappella. So if you're thinking about doing it, you just got to figure out and get to to make this decision. By the way, I had to get Joel High on the phone. I had to get Danny Lux, our composer. I had to get our producer. I had to get Melissa, our director. I had myself.
Yeah.
And we had to all get on the phone and talk this out because no one knows what job they're doing until you tell them.
Yeah.
Right? So you're sitting there going like, well, how are we going to do this? Because if you don't talk about it and you decide, just you and your director decide, and your composer doesn't know, and Music Super doesn't know what he's licensing, all that's got to be decided way ahead of time. I know. Well, if you're a producer out there, that's the whole point, is I just want you to understand all these conversations need to happen early. Get that out of the way so you can focus on the good stuff, because otherwise you're in the movie and someone goes like, hey, well, how are we doing the playback? Well,
who did that? Who's in charge? Wait.
And then you're either shutting down or you're going out to figure out you're going to do it in post, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, then you're screwed. Then they're doing it on an iPhone ADR. It's horrible.
So that's a little
actually. The iPhone ADRs aren't bad. I've been using them.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the time we're in, that you can call an actor or text an actor and go like, hey, can you say,
on your phone,
come pick me up 5 different ways on your phone and send it to me, and you can literally drop that into your movie.
That's how good these phones are, and your sound design could fix it so he can make it however you need it to say.
We're doing this. This podcast is being done on an iPhone.
Yeah. That's right. No, I'm not even. I'm on Zoom right now in my house. Where are you fools?
Egypt.
All right, cool. So we talked about that. I think that's kind of cool. And then, so here's something that's been going on with you.
You know what I want to ask you, though, Robert, before we get into that?
I want to get into your stuff, man.
Forget about my stuff. Right. We'll get into it right now. Okay, so you're making a movie. Because what if you're an indie filmmaker? What do you have to do to lawfully go out and make a movie right now? Is there like a set of rules? Do you have to go to a board? Do you have to get an approval? Or can you just go out? Because I'm taking you just can't go guerrilla style and start shooting, and you'll get narked off by Group 13.
I think you can do a little guerrilla style. For independent, I think you can get away with maybe like an hour.
Oh, dude.
Hey,
look who showed up here. This is Pink Dot Delivery.
Pink Dot coming through.
That time, dude. The time that
through.
took.
I don't want to mess this up. But look, the order was placed at 12:13 p.m. It is now 12:58 p.m.
Wow.
That's
quick
pretty
was
good.
That's almost just the time to get up here.
That's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, they delivered a bottle of Casa Mexico tequila. Just so you know, I'm not lying here. It's
what they charge you?
$39 plus $3.99 for delivery.
That's not bad.
$3.99. That's it.
And they could deliver as much as you want for $3.99, not just one bottle. Which I'm stupid enough to order just one bottle.
We could have got the Modelos there.
So let's hat tip to Pink Dot.
Yeah.
Pink Dot's delivered here in less than an hour. Yeah. I ordered by phone. I didn't even call them. Ordered by phone.
Nice.
Like
You're old school like that. I like that, Roberts.
Yeah.
And what can you order from them? Everything, right?
I'm old school because I ordered by phone.
Yeah, because nobody orders by phone anymore.
I ordered by cell phone, by online.
I know.
Online.
Online. You didn't call and say, hi, Pink Dot?
I ordered online.
This is Mark Roberts.
Hi.
They're like,
So go to our website, for God's sake. So they're asking me right now, okay, so your order's been delivered. Thank you for your order. This is how quick. I'm going to give them 5 stars right here. Boom.
Give them 5 stars.
Please.
5-star. Oh, yeah, 5 stars.
Pink Dot's been around forever, too. I remember back when I first moved to L.A., they used to deliver. And they deliver any time.
Dude, they're old school. They've been around for a long time, and they'll take care of you. So go check out Pink Dot, order online, and get your Casa Mexico or Modelos or whatever you want. Actually, you can get toilet paper.
You can get anything.
You can get anything.
Food,
you can get
all
food.
kinds of stuff.
So what were you saying?
What wasn't I saying?
About the guerrilla style shooting.
Oh, yeah. The answer is I think like all things, you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have a camera and you have people willing, you know, go out and shoot some stuff. I mean, right now things are starting to open up again, so I don't know. You know, it's probably a good time to get out there because there's a little teeny bit less traffic and stuff like that. But if you're just doing stuff for yourself, I mean, you got to keep
Small
doing
crew.
it. You got to keep.
Don't
you
worry
got
about
to
the
keep
Karens.
doing it. No. And also, look, in San Diego, you don't need permits to shoot in San Diego. That's just the way that city works.
Good to know.
Good to know.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
No.
San Diego doesn't have permits. You just have to ask permission from the place where you're at. But otherwise, you can shoot wherever you want in San
That's
Diego.
amazing.
Wow. How big a production? I mean,
Any.
Wow,
any size?
Andy.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's cool. Good to know.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to get into your movie. So what's been interesting about Made in Mexico is that we've gone through all of these different levels of issues and successes and failures and all that, and you're actually
no
reaching
failures, just lessons, Robert.
just lessons. You're reaching the end. It's a good point. There's no what do they sell? There's no problems. There's just solutions.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So so you got to the point now where you've gotten a great
That's
edit
what's up.
of your movie,
Yep.
and everyone watched it, and now you just had a 3-hour meeting,
3.5 hours.
3.5-hour meeting via Zoom with notes with your executive producer, your editor, your co-director.
No editor.
Oh, no editor.
It was Weiser, our EP, myself. Weiser's really like a filmmaker because he knows a lot. You know, the guy
Smart, man.
studied. Yeah, he's smart, but he also wanted to be a filmmaker. So he read a bunch of books, and he knows pacing. He knows story. He is really good.
Yeah.
My only beef with Weiser is that he runs Extra, which is an entertainment news show, and it's so fast that he's almost too fast. Like, dude, you got to let things breathe a little bit. We're not like trying to pack in 4 hours
minutes.
of content in 30 minutes.
Right.
That's my only beef with him. But he is smart and he does know storytelling. So it was me, Weiser, him, and Ron Lee. And Ron, it was really cool because I hate Zoom. I actually do hate Zoom, but we were able to watch the movie on the screen
together.
All of us together. We had a little boxes.
How did you do that? Did you just
Ron
put in
Lee.
a DVD? Or?
No, Ron Lee did it.
Oh, he had a file
On
his computer.
Yeah, he had the
Okay.
file. He pulled it up on my computer. Came out. We had it was great. We had a couple glitches, but we knew the content. Like we've all watched it, and then we would just tell them to pause, and then we talked through every single scene of that movie, even dialogue. That's why it took 3.5 hours, and we figured out. And it was cool because we had conversations like, what do you guys think of this? I hate it. I like it. I'm on the fence. Why are you on the fence? Why do you hate it? It was cool because we flushed the whole thing out. We got some notes. We sent it over to Rich. And, Rich is he was cool with it. He was like, these are great notes. Thank you for getting them. He's going to jump on it tomorrow because he had a job right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we got off the phone that Friday, or was it Friday, Saturday last week? And we were all really excited because we have like a good movie.
And what did the notes consist of? Like, did you go scene by scene, or like
You're
when
not
did you
paying
stop?
attention. You're on your phone.
When
Get
did
off
you
the gram.
stop? When did you stop and say, okay, let's talk about this? Like,
Whenever anybody felt like something wasn't working or they didn't understand it. Weiser watched it with his wife. His wife loved it, but she had some questions in terms of continuity and sequence. And while we were shooting, we ran out of time, and we cut about 10 pages out of one scene. And what we cut out, that dialogue set up a storyline, right? So when we went to go shoot that other stuff didn't really make sense because nothing was really set up. So we had to adjust, And when we made those adjustments, what was finished it made sense, but it didn't make sense. So Lilo and I are doing a lot of ADR work, which is cool.
That's nice.
I didn't plan on that when I wrote the script,
Yeah.
but we're kind of dictating what's happening. We change. We have like BTS where we're talking behind the scenes. So and I think I talked about it last time. What was really cool is he never really left character.
Yeah.
And even stuff that we were shooting as B-roll, it's so good because the camera's rolling and the mics are hot, and we're just talking. We're just we're having fun, and it comes across awesome. It comes across perfect because we're supposed to be building a bond between him and I, and we genuinely like each other. But he never got out of that character.
Once he
so
put
it was
those Gucci shoes on,
great. Yeah, that was it.
even if he was chilling in the seat, he was in character.
That was it. I sent him a link because I needed an ADR, and he said, "Can I post this?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't care. It was quick."
Okay, hang on. Can we get back to the details of the phone call and the notes meeting?
Well, are you done with your phone call?
Yes, I am.
Because as the host, when I see you take your phone and start
So when you start talking about nonsense. No,
my movie. Oh, nonsense! Great.
Wait,
Thanks a
no.
lot.
What I want to get
Very
to
diva. Very
3.5
diva,
hours.
You know what I'm saying, Davie Dave? If it's not about him, he's on his phone.
You ain't gonna tell me, man.
You're not gonna. Yeah.
Hey, I am making a movie, and it's happening literally as I speak. So I got to be
You're
careful.
doing a podcast, and we're in the middle
They
of
can
it.
wait. You're the producer.
Okay, you know
Robert.
what? Actually, Davie Dave, that's a good point. When we go up there,
Sorry,
middle of
buddy.
the shooting, we're
Yeah.
gonna just say it's time to do the podcast, Roberts. Whoa, no, time to go.
Stop
Time to go.
everything.
Stop everything.
No, what I want to know is 3.5 hours is an enormous amount of time to be on the phone discussing things. So,
Not really.
well, here's the thing.
If your movie's an hour and 15, you know what I mean?
I guess you're right.
No, it's not because we talked every scene out.
So was there conversation? Did you stop at one point and there was suggestions that you just couldn't fix? No. So every
Wow.
one of the stops was like, oh, we could do that.
Every one of the stops, well, there was one thing that we said, okay, hold this. This is really good, but it doesn't make sense right here. And continuity-wise, we can't put it right here because, the wardrobes are different, everything's different, but we need this. This is important. This is something that's going to really help move the story, it's a dramatic piece of the story. So we put that aside in our mind, notes, and then we finished the movie. And as we were going through, we already kind of knew where we wanted to land it, and we said, right here it's going to work. Let's see. And then once we got to that point, we're like, that's it. You're exactly right. This is where it's going to go.
Right.
It makes sense here.
Right.
Just.
So do you think the best time to have like that meeting that was super long was well into the edit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you needed to get to a point where your film was working for you and then get it to everyone else and then have a very serious meeting about what's next.
Yeah, I think, like I said, there's no failures, there's just lessons. I think as a filmmaker, and I don't edit, obviously. Unfortunately, when I was having my first guy cut the movie, I was getting pieces in, then I was giving him notes, which is the worst thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I let Rich, I said, look, because he asked for notes. I said, no, dude, just do your thing, be creative,
Smart.
see your vision, put it out there for us to see. And then when we're done, then we'll go through, and that's what happened, And so we were able to see the whole movie, watch it a few times, all three of us, and then watch it with people. Like my wife watched it. I said, what'd you think? She loved it. She told me a couple things. Weiser watched it.
Did she like it better than the cut prior to Rich Alarcon, or did she liked it the same?
It's funny because she liked both of them. They were just different cuts. Obviously, Rich's moves quicker. He's a video filmmaker. His is more action. Like his is more colors, graphics, stuff that moves, music. Where the first cut was a little more, there was no music, and it was a little longer. It was more kind of drawn out. You know what I mean? But she liked them both. She definitely saw the difference in Rich's cut. You know what I mean? Because he's a professional. Same with Weiser's wife. And so after watching it a few times, when Ron Lee, me, and Weiser sat down on that Zoom call and went through it, I already knew points that I wanted to discuss. Like I wanted to say, what do you guys think of this? Because I was on the fence. Like, should we play this out a little more? Do we need to? And they're like, no, we've already established it. Don't worry. As a writer, I like to repeat myself. In life, I repeat myself. I talk about shit on this all the time. You cut me out. That's okay. I get it.
It'll all get in. If you listen to every single episode, you can figure out what you're talking
You
about.
can figure it out. But, no, it was great in that sense that, thank God for Zoom like that. And you know what? After Rich gives us his cut, guess what we're going to do? We're going to all four, he's going to send it. We're going to watch it. Probably watch it a couple times. Then all four of us get on a Zoom with any little minor notes, if there are any. There might not be any. And he'll be there too. So it's pretty cool. We could say, hey, right here, man, can we let this breathe a little bit more? Or, this coloring, could we adjust the coloring?
So you're heading towards the end.
Towards the end.
Almost sounds like a real movie.
Yeah, no, it is. I don't even know at this point, I still want to go music supervisor.
Yeah.
Or music, but we use 90% of extreme music, dude. Yeah, so, it's really
I'm excited.
It's really good. But
about your
color
soundtrack.
correcting,
So have you worked out a deal with Russ yet?
We haven't, only because Joel's working on a deal with him because Joel's doing almost
multiple
like a blanket
things.
deal.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to do that.
But I'm pretty sure if you called Russ, you could get a better deal. I mean, come on. He sponsors our show.
Hey, Russ. Hey, it's me, Tuddy.
Hey, let's talk about extreme music for a minute. Congratulations, by the way, that you're coming to the end. I think lots of people on this podcast have been listening and hoping for an end to this amazing journey. So Extreme Music's coming out with ferociously fierce new releases. Did you know that?
Ferociously fierce new releases.
They always have, they'll send emails about, what their new songs are, because they're coming out. These composers are writing every week, so they've got to combine all these and put them in some sort of cool category. So this email is titled "Ferociously Fierce New Releases: The Fiercest Production Music in the History of Production Music Ever."
Damn, that sounds ever.
Whoa,
ever.
So here's some of the albums that are out that you can go check out. It's Acoustic Soul. Old school hip hop. Oh, dude,
that's a lot of. Oh, is that a new one? Yeah, I gotta hit up Rich and say, dude, you gotta look.
They have some good hip hop on there.
They do. They really do.
Dude, they have everything. I think
we've Snoop on there.
We've proven that that's the thing. They've got grime punk. I mean, this is amazing because it is very, very across the board, right? There's battle hip hop. So obviously that's got a specific feel. Throne. This thing's under the picture's underwater. They have something that looks like the Beach Boys called Abandoned Jukebox.
Wow.
That you know what you're going to get with that name.
They've
right?
got some really talented people who know their music there.
Yeah. So here's another one. There's Godflow, Mississippi, The Truth. So I don't know. That could be religious. That could have an interesting thing. Mm-hmm. Wow! Look, Elliot Yamin has an album that's coming out on Extreme Music. That dude used to be one of the contestants or high level on American Idol. So now he released an album through Extreme Music. So Extreme Music doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And then you got Jim Davies from the man who spawned the first starter riff. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good. So go check. Yeah, sounds ferocious. Go check out the ferocious, fierce new releases on Extreme Music and use them for your projects.
Yeah, please.
All right, cool.
Thanks, Russ.
Dude, we gotta get Russ back on. I can't stand that he hasn't been on
we
for
gotta get the call
this
in.
long.
What do we gotta do to get the things?
Well, here's the thing. We'll get to that after we sign off. But I definitely want to say we covered a lot of ground. I was gonna have a guest this week, but I feel like we've covered a lot of cool ground. We'll bring in our guest next week. Yeah. But this was awesome. I thought we talked about a lot of really interesting things today, and if you guys
hope you're making a movie, Robert.
Yeah, we're making a movie. We start potentially June 8th. I'll update you next podcast. But definitely, if you have questions, text them or instant mail them. What do you call it? DM them? What does DM stand for?
Direct message.
Oh, direct message.
Robert.
Instant mail them.
Instant mail them. DM. What does DM mean again?
I just didn't know. I wasn't sure. DM
on the Instagram.
On the Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, too?
On the interweb.
And we need to get people to do the interweb.
Dude, that actually sounds like a cool name.
We need to get people to go on Apple, the little thing, the icon, the purple icon. Click 5 stars and write a review.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That helps pump us up to
tell people about our podcast. Tell us what you think, and if you want any questions answered, be happy to help you out with your project
too. If anybody's out there wants to sponsor, we'll give you guys shouts out. Does that make sense?
We'll give you guys shout outs.
Shouts outs.
Shouts outs.
That's the Modelo's talk because I haven't eaten anything
yet.
We'll
give you a plug. How about
and
that?
We're still thinking
plug.
About,
there we go, Davie Dave.
And we're still thinking about our competition contest. I had a little trouble legally putting that together, but we're still working on it. So, hey, you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you next time on Let's Get Into It.
The Master Course.
That's what's up.
Master Course. It is.
Up.
It really is.
Oh, you know what I could have talked about, too? I started a new gig. I'm not getting paid yet, but I'm a part of the thing called Oddball.